Hi everyone, it's Natasha Mott here. I'm running intuition, activate your intuition challenge over the next 3 days. And I'm running this challenge because I want to share with you 3 keys that you need to accessing your Akashic records. Now, most of you will know that I'm all about the records. I'm an Akashic Records frequent visitor, understatement of the year. I spend a lot of time in the Akashic Records, and a lot of people fear the Akashic Records. But more so, I wanted to demystify this. Most of you, well, all of you, are really intuitive. And this is the first key that I want to talk to you about. Whether you're being into and embracing your spidey senses all your life, or you're new to this world and you're going through an awakening, when your intuition is activated, it can be quite scary. Now, it's scary in the sense that we don't understand what's happening to us. It's scary in the sense that really, ever since we were little, we have people have convinced us that the imaginary friend is not real. People have convinced us that the monster under the bed is not real. We have worked with our intuition all our lives, and it's interesting because we only see 1% of what is really there with the naked eye. So 99% of everything else is energetic. The other percentage that I'd like to share with you, we're only conscious of 5% of what is actually happening around us. So 95% of what's happening around us is subconscious. And the way we connect with the subconscious is using our intuition, is using our extrasensory perceptions. Now, when we first start stepping into this becomes quite scary sometimes, because we fear what we cannot see and we fear what we do not know. Now, I was quite lucky to have been born into a family that is open to embracing their intuitive side. It did not stop it from being scary for me. Now, I remember, sitting in a bedroom studying, and I could feel a presence, and because I could feel it, and at that time, my extrasensory perception, sometimes I could see, sometimes I could feel, and sometimes I could hear. But for me, feeling was the scariest one, because I could feel something was there, but I could not see it. So I didn't know if it was good, if it was bad, if it was ugly, or what was going on. Until I learned to navigate seeing, feeling, and hearing, it was a very, very scary place. Now, because we're constantly reading what's happening energetically in our environment, the suggestion that I have for you, especially those of you that are either starting to work with your intuition, your gut instinct, where you just know things about people, you just know where to not go into a store, you have a feeling that you need to take a different route, whatever it may be, as you start expanding they're called clairabilities, the more you know, the easier it is. We as humans tend to fear the unknown. And what I'm suggesting is, instead of fearing these amazing abilities, bring them on. Start to learn how you work specifically. Start to develop those extrasensory perceptions that you have. It can only be an advantage, right? I would love to know what your main clairability is, what your main way of communicating with the energy around you is. Some of us see, some of us feel, some of us just know, and that's kind of confusing sometimes, because you're like, is it me or am I being guided, right? Some of us smell, some of us taste. Any of our senses that is not happening in this 3D material world, and how you navigate your gut instinct and your intuition, please let me know what it is. I'm curious to know if there's a majority of one or the other. the reason we're also wanting to embrace these abilities is because we are awakening to the full essence and the full potential of who we are. Now, expand these abilities, expand them, embrace them. Don't be afraid of them, because the more you're able to embrace these abilities, the better you will be, the less scary it will be, and you'll be able to use it as an advantage. Now, if you could develop any extrasensory perception, if you could develop any of your spidey senses either further, or you'd like to develop a new one, what would it be? Let me know below. Just so that you know, I've created an Akashic activation hub. This is a free group. It is predominantly Akashic Records based, but as intuition is one of the main keys to accessing your Akashic Records, join us in that free group. I will paste the URL underneath this video. It's a community for people that are new to the Akashic Records. It's also a community for those of you that are practitioners and work well in the records to share any experiences that you have. It's just a community based for people that have, you know, extrasensory perceptions. And Thais, you're saying you feel and see. That's awesome. My Aunt Teresa is awesome. She says, feeling, seeing, talking to. You do so much more than that. Alexandra is saying she feels a lot of things. Keep these coming, because if you want to learn how to navigate them or work with them or share any of your stories, I'm absolutely happy to hear them. So key one of this 3-day challenge to unlock your records and initiate your, you know, your intuition initiation. Let me know, and tomorrow I'll be going live and talk about the second key that is important to accessing your records and expanding your intuition. Thank you so much for giving me your time. It was awesome to see you. And yeah, I'm happy to support you, and I'm happy to be of service. And I'll see you all tomorrow. See you soon.